Now in this part, I will show you how to add a variable product to your store. A variable product is a product that will have different variation. Like for example, a t-shirt, we can have multiple colors and multiple size, but we don't need to create one simple product for each color and each size, or each combination of colors and size. That would be way too many products. Instead of doing that, we can just create a variable product that will integrate all the colors and all the size that we have, so then our visitors can purchase it. So for creating your variable product, you want to go to your dashboard and then to product and all products. Here you want to click on add new. Then first you want to put your product name. So for me, I will create one watch that is called the Royal. Then you want to add the product description. I will change it to this. It will be nicer. And then here into product data, you want to change to variable products. Then the first thing that you want to do when you work with variable products is you want to add the attributes. So the attributes are going to be these options for your product. Like for example, a t-shirt, you have a different size. So for me, for my watch, the different options depend on the year of the model. We have two ways of doing it. The first one is by using the product attributes page here. We are going to use this option if we want to do global attributes, which means the attributes that we add there on this page are going to be available for all of our products. So we are going to be able to reuse them on as much product as we want. And the second way is to use the custom product attributes here. These attributes are only going to be available for this product. They are customized for this product only. So for this store, as all of my products are going to use the same attributes, I want to add my attributes into this page here, product attributes. Here you start by adding the name of your attributes. So for us, it's year, and then the sludge. So for us, it will be model year, and then you add the attributes. Then you can add the different options for the attributes by clicking here on configure terms. And for us, we are going to have 4 different options. The first one will be year 1990, then 2000. If you leave the slug blank, it will be generated automatically. So that's okay, you can just leave it blank. Then 2010, and then 2020. So this is the 4 options for our attributes. Now they are here, they are available. And once you create them here, they are going to be available here into this drop-down menu. And you can just click on add to add it. Okay, so just to show you the other option, I am not going to use the global attributes. I will just create now a new attribute customized for this product, and we are going to use the custom product attribute for this product specifically, but for all the other products that are going to use the same attributes, I will use this one that I just add here. Okay, so let me show you how to do it with custom attributes. I will just enter year, and here into value, you put the name of this different option, and you separate each option with the vertical bar. So I'm using Mac, and I have a French AZERTY keyboard. So to do the vertical bar, I need to hold at the same time Shift, Option, and L. It creates a vertical bar. So it can depend on your keyboard and which one you use. So you can do like a quick Google search and you will be able to copy paste it from Google or to find the exact shortcut for your keyboard. So for us, we are going to add our different options. So we have, for example, 1990, 2000, 2010, 2020. And this is the different option for this product. So I will save attributes. After that, you want to go to variations. And when you're here, you click on generate variations. You click OK. And here it just created all the variation based on our attributes. Click OK. And now we have the 4 variation, 1990, 2000, 2010, and 2020. Here we have 4 variations because we have only one attribute and our attribute have 4 different values. But imagine if we had another attribute, for example the gender, and we have 2 options, men or women. Then we would have 8 variations in total because we would need to pair each attributes together. So we would have men 1990, men 2000, men 2010, men 2020, and then women 1990, women 2000, women 2010, and women 2020. So it would have been 8 total variation and so on based on the number of attributes that we have. Okay? So here, as we have only one attribute and 4 different options, that's why we have 4 variation. So then what you really want to do that's very important is to set up a price for each of your variation. Because if you have no price, then your variation won't be available on your store. So a quick tip, what I like to do is to use the bulk action menu here, where you can just set up one setting for all your variation at the same time. So for example, you can use that to set the regular price. So we are going to sell this watch, let's say 490 euros, 490 euros. Okay. So now all our variation have the same price of 490 euros. Okay. Good. And then for each variation, you also have the other option exactly the same way as we had for the simple product. You can set up a sale price, the SKU, the different weight or shipping class, description, and you can do that for each variation. And also for each variation, you can upload an image for this variation. So just before we put the image of the variation, we want to put the image of the product here. So I will just upload my images. Then you can choose one image as your main image, as the product image. So for example, I will choose this one. Then at the same time, you can add other images of your product into the gallery if you want. And we can set up the category as well. And also the tiles, if you want to add them, it's here. Then going back to our variations, we can set up now individually each picture for each variation. So let's do that. Okay, so now every variation has its image. We have the category, we have the product main image. Every variation has a price as well, which is important. So the last thing remaining is the product short description. We can add it here. Okay. And then when we are done with that, we can either save as draft or publish the product if you're ready. Oh, also something important with variable product, when you are into variation, here you can set up the default value that you want to be selected when the user arrives on the page for the first time. So do you want that there is nothing selected by default, or do you want one of your variation to be selected by default? You can set it up here. So for me, for example, I will choose the model 2020 to be selected by default. Then don't forget to update. Okay, now let's go to our product. So here we go, we have our watch, the Royal, that is available now on our store. And we can see that there is 4 different options for the 4 different years. So the 2020 model, 2010, 2000, and 1990. Again, regarding the design, this is just the default design. Later into this course, we are going to customize it and do something way nicer than that. But for now, if you have more variable product to add, you can just add them to your store the exact same way as we just did.